Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we're looking at Magnificient Mavens. The full set has been revealed today. Kind of funny because we're getting Darkwing Blast like tomorrow and Saturday, like officially in the TCG. Yet they just go ahead and do these product reveals for the next set the day before. So it kind of takes a little wind out of Darkwing Blast sales, but they're both exciting for their own reasons. So really cool. We're going to take a look at the core set here. We're going to go through a bunch of stuff and also mention some really spicy reprints as well as rarity bumps, stuff like that, and the new cards as well. So let's get into it. I wish Yu-Gi-Pedia was updated, but we're on Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization. Shout out to them, by the way. I do not shout them out nearly enough. YGO Organization, whatever you want to call it. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization, phenomenal website for keeping you up to date on Yu-Gi-Oh! News. Please check them out if you guys want to, if you're looking for a place to stay more up to date on Yu-Gi-Oh! News aside from the channel. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Starting off in order. Let's get going here. We start with the new Sky Striker cards. We get Surgical Striker Hemp. This is like the kaiju monster for Strikers. Fun card, but I don't think it's good enough in Strikers, to be honest. Aileron. This is the awful V-Jump promo that the OCG got. That was like technically Sky Striker support, but this card stinks. This card's really bad. And then we have like the actual good card, Sky Striker Mobilized Linkage. This card is awesome. It's just like a quick play that like sends a card to grave to special summon a Sky Striker Link monster from extra, which is really good because you can send a Link monster in the EMZ, send it to summon another one, which is really, really clean. So not once per turn either. Really, really cool card. That card will be like, I think, a 3 of in like almost all Striker decks. Then you see a myriad of like a ton of reprints. Almost every reprint you would want. Rei, Kagari, Shizuku, Hayate, Zeke, Engage, Widow Anchor, Shark Cannon, Multi-Roll, and a token. A reprint for the tokens, really spicy as well. There's a couple small ones missing from here, but you know, that's like a huge part of the core of Sky Striker. Plus, they've been reprinted multiple times, so not a huge deal there. Then I move to the Mayakashi stuff. You've got Yuki Onna, the Icicle Mayakashi. I believe this is the new Link 3 monster that they get access to. It's a pretty good card, if I remember correctly. And then they also get the new Trap card. This card is crazy. This card says, like, if you control... Is it a zombie, or is it just like a Mayakashi synchro monster? Your opponent, like, can't summon from the extra deck. Just straight up, you're scythe locking them with a trap card, which is pretty insane. Does take setup, but like it's a pretty powerful resolution if you get there. That's going to stop a lot of decks. And then kind of same thing, a lot of the like really important Mayakashis you get a reprint for. Daki, Hajun, Gasha Dokuro, and Return. So some of the more important ones there. Then we get to the Witchcrafters. Sorry, I'm down on the list here. I'm looking at the wrong side. Witchcrafter, Vice Madame. This is the new fusion monster that's like insane. Once per turn, it's summoning a Witchcrafter from deck. Once per turn, it's non-targeting, popping a card. And once per turn, it's adding one of your Witchcrafter spells from grave back to hand. Insane that it can do like all 3 of those in the same turn. This deck is pretty much like Vice Madame like control is what the deck will be. I think it's like a kind of an interesting rogue deck. I actually think it can take some games off of some of the better decks in the game, but we'll see. I'll mess with them. I'll probably have a profile coming when they come out. Witchcrafter, Confusion Confession. It's a new fusion spell. Unfortunately, it's like kind of just like a super simple fusion. It's not like one of those broken fusions that's like fuse using material from grave or fusing using materials from deck, which is kind of what you need to be like legit good in 2022. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but it still adds itself back from grave at the end of the turn, so it works, and plus Jenny can still copy its effects. And then a couple other Witchcrafter reprints, Hane, Jenny, and Creation. Not that important. That archetype's like so cheap now. They didn't really need many reprints at all. And now we get to the kit and caboodle of this new set, the Ishizu Fairies. This is pretty much a new archetype. Like Ishizu's cards were not really considered a full-on archetype until this stuff right here. So we start off with Keldo, the Sacred Protector. This card's crazy. Mudora. These 2 cards have effects in grave where they can like quick effect banish themselves to shuffle back, I think, either 3 or 5 cards in the graveyards, depending on if you have like Exchange of the Spirit up. Really, really insane. They also can like pitch from hand, I think, or field to like search a card, search a specific type of card. They're really insane. Kelbeck, straight up a hand trap. It like bounces a monster back to the hand. and then also gives you the potential to like mill 5. Agito, just a card that like helps you mill 5 again. Gravekeeper Strap, a really cool card, lets you discard a card to like search an Earth Fairy, which would be any of these. Could also have some applications in like a Madolche build or a Vernisylph build. Really, really interesting. But yeah, those are the 5 big ones. You also have a couple of these interesting cards. Exchange of Despair and Hope, Blast Held by Destiny, and Exchange of the Spirit. I think this is the old one that's got a reprint, Exchange of the Spirit. I think it's the card where like all of these cards gain like additional effects or get a little more powerful if you have Exchange of the Spirit either on field or in graveyard or something like that, which is really cool. So really, really interesting. Obviously, these cards will take the tier limit deck to the next level. I do think like the Naturia deck gets really interesting. I'm sure there are a couple of other builds as well that also get a little more interesting because of these cards. I cannot wait to see how they do, but I am also terrified at the same time because I am not a tier player, so I'm just gonna kind of have to watch a lot of players around me get their deck much better, which is really scary. Moving on, we have Sword Soul, a ton of Sword Soul reprints. Iris Sword Soul, Moye, Taya, Longwan, Chunjun, Shizhao, Shengying, Shizing? Is that how you pronounce that? Shizing. Longwan, Emergence, Sacred Summit, Assessment, Blackout, Strife. Like literally all the cards you would want. All getting reprinted here. Absolutely huge. To be honest, that's really, really awesome. So no crazy reprints as of yet here. Now we get to some other ones. Yatagarasu, Blackluster Soldier, kind of a weird one, but I have a feeling he's probably just part of the like really high Pharaoh's rarity. There's like it's like essentially the Starlight for this, like a hard to pull or like maybe like a collector's rare kind of. Really hard to pull, but if you get it, it's like really cool rarity, whatever. It's worth a lot more, all that stuff. I'm not as big a collector for that purpose, but yeah. Vampire's Curse. Doomdozer is a huge reprint. I believe it had like 2 common printings, or maybe only 1 common printing. That card was like legit like a multi-dollar common when Beat Troopers were legit good. So if they ever come back, Doomdozer's a really nice reprint to have. And it's ultra rare. Awesome. Chaos Hunter, kind of cool. Beautiful Princess, another huge one. A card that needed a reprint so bad. When the new Shark support was coming out, Beautiful Princess was going up. Now they even have Goatees, which wants to play Beautiful Princess. Like, or actually, maybe they don't. Do they? They don't play Beautiful Princess. You can. I guess that's like the argument is you could, so it is kind of support there. But also, Sharks, it's nice to see it. It's a card that definitely needed a reprint really bad. Kepler, I believe, only had a common up to this point, so that's really nice for them. Shiranui Solitaire, cool. Baru Radagnister, cool. Because he only had, I think, a rare printing, so that's nice for him. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, nice. Galaxy Eyes Afterglow. Really Iona, the Magistus of Verte. Or Vere. Cool to see as well. Incredible Ecclesia. Even this from the Sword Soul deck as well. This was a secret rare. In its original set, we see some Therians, Bolt, and Duke go from commons to ultras. Really nice rarity bumps there. Intis with a nice little bump. This card has seen play in and out of multiple decks. If you play a rogue deck that is a trap deck, you could easily be playing Dogmatic of Punishment, which means Intis has to be in there. I think this is a great card to reprint. I feel like it really needed it. Millenniumizer Strix, still a somewhat like expensive card for like a card that doesn't see that much play. The new Predaplant Fusion, really, really awesome card for them. I got printed at common, so awesome to see rarity bump there. Cat Shark is another expensive rank 2 that people were looking at early Sprite days. Could still be a cool tech for them. Utopia Kaiser, cool to see here as well. Totally awesome. A card that needed a reprint, but now that Ronin's been hit on the ban list, it's a little bit less relevant, but still cool. Onibimaru, awesome rank 2 again for sprites that definitely needed it. Cerberus and Phoenix, I don't think they really need it, but whatever. Boral Sword, just again, making that even more budget. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, same thing, making this card even more budget, even though it doesn't see that much play. Trap Trick Sarah, this is huge because it means even if this card doesn't end up in the structure deck, this is still a nice reprint for anybody looking forward to Trap Tricks. Appaloosa ends up in here, very nice. A 3rd printing for her is awesome. Harpy's Feather Duster, and I believe it's this artwork where prior to this print, it only had like a black rare printing. It did not have an actual holo, so that's really cool. Scapegoat, Change of Heart recently off the ban list. That's cool to have like a modern day Change of Heart reprint. Instant Fusion, a Legendary Ocean, whatever. A Hero Lives is kind of nice because I think The commons are affordable, but like to get a hollow one, I think the old hollow printing was not as easy to get, if I remember correctly. Something like that. Dark Calling, whatever. Secret Village of the Spellcasters, another hollow printing. Foolish Return. Pen Call in an ultra rare is pretty nice. Magician's Restage. This card's low-key like a kind of broken spellcaster support card. We'll see if this ever comes up down the line. I feel like it really will at some point, but that's nice. Cyber Rev System, Dragon Maid Changeover, and now we get to like the actual like kind of crazy reprints. Lightning Storm. Another printing for Lightning Storm. I'm not mad. The cheapest copy's still like over $20, I think, for that card. So if you're like just a player that wants all the staples, that's really nice. Triple Tactics Talents, another one that like, you know, as a staple, like you still might want to drop a little bit. Draco back gets a rarity bump from a rare to up to a ultra, which is awesome. Anti-Spell, this is a card that I don't have still. Really nice, obviously mostly a side deck card, but as long as it's legal, you should probably have it in your considerations for side deck stuff. Metal Reflex Slime, kind of a weird one, but it's been a long time since it's been reprinted, so okay. Skill Drain, Non-Fusion Area, got to have those Floodgates. Light Imprisoning Mirror, Shatter Imprisoning Mirror, Goes in Match. Evenly gets another print in here? Okay. Infinite Impermanence gets another print in here? Okay. Ice Dragon's Prison gets another print? Come on. And then we finish with 2 more tokens, a Dark Soul token and a G-Golem token, even though, funny enough, we do not have G-Golems until, I believe, Brothers of Legend is when the G-Golems will drop, most likely. Kind of funny that we have the token prior to that. But finishing so strong, honestly going through these, like a couple of nice rarity bumps, couple of niche cards that some decks wanted, but then you finish with like Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics Talents, Anti-Spell, Evenly, Imperm, Ice Dragon's Prison. 6 bang and reprints right at the end of the set that are generic to almost anybody, no matter what deck you play, where you're currently at. If you want to play the deck somewhat competitively, these are huge staples that you will want to have your hands on at some point. Very happy that a lot of these are going to become, hopefully, more affordable for anybody who's kind of like in that, you know, budget player range for sure. Everybody's got their own budget. I have my own. I don't have Lightning Storm or Anti-Spell at this point, so I'm really excited for those. I only have 2 evenly matched, for Christ's sake. So, holla at your boy. But yeah, really, really cool. I'm very excited for this. The things that I am most excited for, I'm going to pick up Linkage. I'm going to pick up, not the Mayakashi stuff. Sorry if you're a big fan of those. I'm going to pick up the 2 new Witchcrafter cards for sure. I'm going to try to get these. We'll see. That's the one question I have here. Is there going to be short printing? The whole set is ultra rare. So it's not like, oh, these are the high rarity cards, so they're hard to pull. Do they just make the Ishizu fairies short prints? I really would not be surprised if they do that. That will spike the price of them so hard. I'm not excited if that ends up being the case, but at the end of the day, I'm still excited for them. I'm not excited to play Tier. I'm excited to actually play them in Naturia, which is, in my opinion, a way more fun way to play them. I mean, just fun because everybody's going to be on the Ishizu Tier deck. But yeah, really, really exciting nonetheless. I think this is a really good set. It's got good reprints. It's got good new stuff that gets you excited. I think it's good all around. Really, really happy about this one. This is a really good side set to have. So yeah, Konami TCG, this is definitely a check mark in their box for sure. Getting it done. So love to see it. I want to know your guys' thoughts though. Please let me know down below what you are most excited for from this set. Maybe just your overall thoughts on the set itself. Is it good? Do you not like it as much as you thought you were going to? Love to hear what you think there. But I'm out of here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff from your boy down the line. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.